Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel again. It's Emmanuel here, and today's video is specifically for new sellers on Fiverr, complete beginners who are just about starting Fiverr right now in 2022 and you are not sure what to do, or you've been on Fiverr for a very long time and you still not made any sale, you've not made any money. Right in this video, I'm going to show you what to do with a real case scenario that will get you your first Fiverr order very fast. All right, so if you are just visiting the channel for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Emmanuel, and as you can see on this channel, I create videos that will help you make money online, teach you skills that will help you make money online, share opportunities and strategies with you that will help you make money online as well. So if you are somebody who is interested in that, you want to stick to this channel by tapping the subscribe button somewhere below, and also don't forget to turn on notifications so that you'll be the first to be notified anytime I upload a new money making video like this, right? So if you don't know how to create a Fiverr account, I have a complete Fiverr tutorial that I created some time ago that will help you get started, right? But this video, basically what I want to do, let me see if I can find that tutorial for you. So if you come over here to my channel, just scroll down. Yes, this is the Fiverr beginners tutorial. Then this how to create a seller account. So I'll just link those videos up down in the description below. So I'll put a link to those videos down in the description of this video, right? So if you don't know how to get started, you can check that out, how to create a Fiverr account and how to get started as a beginner, right? But what I want to do in this video, a lot of new sellers are intimidated or afraid of not getting orders because they think it's only the top rated sellers who have been in this for years that get all the money, right? But one thing you must realize is every top rated seller you see out there was once a new seller, and the opportunity on Fiverr is very huge, right? As it is as huge as every 4 seconds an order is made on Fiverr, right? That's how huge the market is. So if you do what is right, you definitely get a chance as well. So in this video, what I want to do basically is to show you what to do, the right steps to put in place so that you get your own share of the freelance market on Fiverr, right? So let's come over to Fiverr here, and here's what happened. I'm currently training a set of persons on Fiverr and all of that, right? And during the training, I decided to create a mock account just by way of demonstration. And by doing the right things, I have gotten an order on this account already, completely new account. So that shows you that it's not by the age or the level. If you do what you are supposed to do as a beginner, you will get orders as well, right? So let me just switch to selling very quickly. And over here, I've classified what you need to do as a beginner on Fiverr into 3 categories, right? And I'm going to take you through each category one by one and explain to you what you need to do and how you can position yourself for success, right? So, so let me go back to profile. I actually created this account right here sometime in, is it December or November of 2021, and the time of recording this video is January of 2022, right? So as you can see, I created this account in November, specifically late November, right? Very late November, I think between 25th towards the end, right? And as you can see, there's an order here for $15 already. Okay, so basically, let me show you what you need to do first. As you can see, I created just 1 gig. Okay, if I had created up to 7 gigs, I would have gotten tons of orders by now, following what I'm about to show you right now, following the steps and the strategies I used in this account. So as you can see, here is a gig, and this gig has gotten 672 impressions, right? And 13 clicks and just one order. Okay, so 672 impressions, that's a lot for an account with just one gig, right? And you see, that is why it is advised most times that you create 7 gigs. So if I had 7 gigs right now, and let's say on average, each of them gets 500 clicks in the last 7 days, times 7, that would be 3,500 3,500 impressions for me. And you know, in the market, the more people see your offer, the more people see your product, the more chances of making a sale, right? So here, out of these 672 clicks, I got 672 impressions, I got just 13 clicks, right? So let's say again, if I have 7 gigs and on average I get 10 clicks, that would be 70 clicks, right? And others from these numbers is just one, right? So let's say a conversion rate of 0.5. So the more people see your gig, the more impressions you have, the more chances of you making a sale. And the way to increase your impressions is by creating all 7 gigs as a beginner, right? But I don't know why a lot of beginners don't want to do that. You see, if you want to do business, you have to be serious about it, right? And the good thing is you are just creating the gigs once. So just put in the work, drop the laziness, put in the work, and create all your 7 gigs at once. Okay. So let me follow the guide that I have here, right? So first of all is success on Fiverr starts from the moment you start creating your account, right? How you set up your account is very, very important. Okay, so for instance, for this profile right here, and where most beginner sellers start getting it wrong from is from their profile here, right? How you present yourself. You see, this first this profile description here is about 150 characters also, and what you put here will go a long way in deciding if people will even click to see your profile or not, because majority of buyers, when they see a gig, they want to check the seller's profile before going ahead to message or even place an order, right? So you see, passionate writer with special interest in copywriting, simple and straightforward. Now I've made my point with just few words. You see, some people in the process of impressing the market, they don't make any point and they just waste the space they've got here, right? So you want to make the most of these few characters you have to describe yourself. Just go straight to the point and let the world know what you can do, right? You know, Fiverr is a market for skillful people. So what you want to do straight to the point is let us know what you can do in the description here, right? So just go straight to the point in writing about yourself. Also, in setting up your name, I recommend you use a username that's related to the gig you want to sell, right? So if you can use maybe a suffix or a prefix in that niche in your name. Okay, so that helps with the algorithm as well. Also, in setting up my account, I used my country, right? I stay in Nigeria. No need to use a VPN or something, Nigeria here, because what the market needs most times, what they are looking at is not where you're coming from. They just want to get the job done. Okay, they just want to get the job done. And also in your description here, a lot of people don't know how to write description. And you know what you can write here is also limited, so you don't have all the space to write everything about yourself you want to write. So as you can see, I'm a 23-year-old who has spent the last 6 years learning and mastering different forms of writing, right? So this is just me being a real person, right? People buy from people, and this statement here, I'm a 23 years old, will create an emotional connection with the buyers, and that's what you want to do with your description. Create an emotional connection um that will show you are a real person. If you have to talk about your family, do that. If you have to talk about your background, do that. If you have to talk a little about your a real life experience, how you got here, why you are doing what you do, you should talk about that, right? Just to show that humanly picture. Okay, and all of that. Then I listed all the skills I can offer. Then my value proposition, why should they buy from me? Why not from every other person on Fiverr? And I said I will get my priority is customer satisfaction, and I'll get the job done accurately in no time at a very low cost, right? So send me a message to get started. Your business my priority, right? So that's just me creating a unique selling point for myself, like saying this is why you should work with me. This is why you should choose me instead of that top rated seller sitting at the top there. Okay, so languages and all of that. Then for your skills, when you come to the skills section, you want to make the most of this place, right? And this because it also affects how you come up in on Fiverr, right? When people go to Fiverr to search for particular jobs, sometimes the skills matter in people who show up in search, right? So what you want to do is to list skills that are related to the gigs you want to sell on Fiverr, right? So if you have a writing related account, and what you want to do majorly is writing, copywriting, blog writing, article writing, and all of that, the skills you are going to be listing here should be relevant to the jobs you want to do. Okay, very, very important. Not that you want to start working as a graphic designer and then you are entering skills that are not relevant to graphic design, right? So you want to make the most of this skill section. Also in your education, it's not compulsory, but if you have to add an education, make sure the education you're adding is relevant to the services you want to start selling on Fiverr, right? So that's just it. Then also for your profile image, this is very, very important. You see a lot of new sellers, you don't understand the type of picture that is on their profile, but then people need to see your face for them to trust you. You know, this is business where people want to buy from you. And one of the major factors that make people buy is trust, right? Showing your face brightly, neatly, and straight to the camera increase your chances of gaining people's trust and then them going ahead to buy from you. Okay, so as much as possible, you want your profile picture as a new account to be very clear, very professional, and your face should be well shown on it, right? So this is just a simple, clean, neat picture that I have here, right? So that is that about setting up your account. Also, when setting up your account, there's a space when you'll be asked to enter category, the category you want to work on. So make sure you select the right category relevant to your niche, relevant to the services you want to be selling. That also helps you appear in search. Okay, so that is that about the first block, your account. That's where success starts from. You have to start by setting up your account properly, and I just listed some things you can do right now for you to position your account for success. Now, the second block is your gigs, right? Is your gigs. Okay, let me go to fiverr.com. Let me show you something. When setting up your gig, I used to make back then as a new seller was and a lot of new sellers make that mistake as well. Just giving their gig titles any name they want to. I want to transcribe for you. I will do this. I will do that. Right? But when setting up your gig, the first place where it starts from is from your gig title. Right? Because when buyers come to Fiverr, what they do, they don't have the time to start scrolling through. They just come to the search section here and search for transcribing, for instance. right? So when they start typing transcribe, let me type this properly, right? When they start typing, Fiverr starts giving them suggestions. And you know, people are lazy these days. They won't complete what they are typing, right? So they'll just come down here and pick from any of these suggestions here that they think basically describe what they want closely. Right. So instead of completing, I want to transcribe interview, they'll just check some of the suggestions here. And one clue is that what Fiverr is suggesting to them are the most in-demand gigs. This is what a lot of buyers are searching for, right? So they'll just come audio transcribe French, they'll just pick this, right? So when getting your Fiverr title, right? So I'm talking about your gigs now, setting up your gigs and all of that. Make sure you pick SEO optimized titles for your gigs. And the way you can do that is by using this search on Fiverr. So for instance, if you want to set up a gig on logo design, instead of just titling your gig whatever comes to your head, come to the search icon here and type in logo, and you see the suggestions here: logo design, logo animation, logo real estate, logo tweet, logo mascot, logo cartoon, right? So in titling your gig, you can use, let me pick one of the suggestions here. So I can use, I will design logo animation for real estate business, right? And from this title here, I am actually competing for three major keywords that are in high demand: logo design, logo animation, and logo real estate, because all these three keywords appeared in my title. And you know, I will is already there for you. So I will design logo animation for real estate business. And also this title here is actually very specific. It's not broad, because another mistake you can make is to go into a very big market where there's a lot of competition, and you know, the more the demand, the more people that will be in that market. So you want to go for more specific keywords by using long tail keywords in your gig title, so that once somebody search for maybe logo real estate here, um, your chances of showing up on the first page is higher than when you are just using I will design logo, right? So let me take this for instance, logo real estate. Let's see the gigs that are under. Let's see how many sellers are in this category. Okay, so as you can see here, there are 28,000 services available for logo real estate. Now let me use logo design. Okay, if I just use logo design, as you can see, 190,000 sellers compared to 28,000. So I'm competing with um the competition for this long tail keyword is less than going just for logo design, right? So this is one strategy you can use to get your gigs seen very fast, right? And that's the reason why I got a lot of impressions on this particular gig that I just showed you. This gig I just created. That's because um I'm competing in a space where I can show up in search easily, right? So that more people can see me and all of that, right? So also, if you enter logo design here, you see logo design, minimalist, fashion logo design, and all of that and all of that. So when picking your gig title, ensure you are picking a gig that is in high demand, all right? Ensure you are picking a gig that is in high demand. And one thing you can use, since there are no third-party tools, is to use the Fiverr search box, right? Use the Fiverr search box, take advantage of the auto suggest, put yourself in the seller's shoe, right? And then position yourself in front of the sellers, okay? So use the Fiverr search box, and that will help you rank on the first page, rank higher during Fiverr search, okay? So that's one tip when setting up your Fiverr gig. Also, your gig description, matters, right? Your gig description matters, right? And you can use a simple format, right? What the gig is about, right? What the gig is about, okay? And why they should choose you, right? And how fast you want to get the job done, how good you want to get the job done, right? And all of that. Okay. So let me bring out a sample of the gig description I used for this gig. Here's the description. Dear esteemed customer, my name is Emmanuel. Welcome to my gig, right? This also creating an emotional connection with the buyer, right? People buy from people. Don't forget that. And people, these are people who have emotions. So you want to create an emotional bonding with them from the very beginning. So the next line is me telling them what I can do for them right in this gig. Okay, in this gig, I'll transcribe your audio files in less than 24 hours. You receive very accurate transcription at at an affordable cost, right? So now this is me describing the gig right here. Here is what I will do, and here are what the services I have to offer. To ensure that you get the best delivery, I'll research terminologies, names, acronyms, and corporate jargon. I'll also ensure to do grammar and all of that, right? And this just a unique selling proposition. This is why you should choose me. This is something I can do that a lot of persons will not do, right? So that's just how you should pattern your gig description. Then the next thing you want to consider when setting up your gig is your pricing, okay? And a lot of sellers don't want to start as beginners. Actually, new sellers don't want to start as beginners. You are a new seller, completely new, and you are pricing your gigs at $100, $150. That's very wrong, because that's what the big boys charge, right? And you want to charge the same amount. Now, when buyers come on Fiverr, they are looking at several things, right? What you can do for them, and if you can do it for them cheaper, right? Because definitely they see the top rated sellers as the better service providers, right? And one of the major reasons why they will choose you instead of the top rated sellers is your pricing, right? And so what you can do is don't price your gigs too high. With time, you can always increase your price, and at the very beginning it might look like you are working more than you are being paid. That's not a problem. Just get started first, get good reviews, right? Boost your account, right? And then you can always increase your price with time. Okay, so in pricing your gigs, what you want to do, you should have three packages, right? And as a complete beginner, let the lowest package be $5. You can have $5. Then the next level package will be $10. The next level package will be $15 for each gig, right? So here, that was exactly what I did here. Three packages. The basic package was $5. And the other package was $10, and then the final package was $15. And this guy went for the $15 package. Okay, so that is what you want to consider during your pricing. Don't price too high. Start very low. With time, you always increase your price and charge as much as you think you are worth. Okay, so pricing is very, very important. It can make or mar your Fiverr business. Okay, pricing is very important, and also make sure you choose the right category for your gigs, right? When setting up your gig, make sure you choose the right categories. Now, aside from search, the next place people buyers come to when they are looking for when they want to get jobs done on Fiverr is to come and click on any of these categories right here. So a seller that wants to get a writing job done might just come over here to writing and translation, and then pick um, any of these categories that is being shown here, right? And then one quick tip is you can select up to two or three categories. Always choose order, right? Because majority of sellers, once they come here, they cannot find what accurately describes what they want to get done. They'll just go ahead and choose order, right? So make sure you choose your category appropriately to enable you appear in search whenever people come here. And then I click on this, let's say podcast writing, right? So Fiverr will bring up gigs that are in this category. So what you want to do is to ensure you are in the right category. Okay, very, very important. When setting up your gig, set it up in the right category. Okay, so finally, in setting up your gig is your creatives, the images you are using, the videos you are using, and the text samples you are using. Because you see, once people search, enter a search term here, the first thing they will see is your thumbnail, right? And you want to make sure that you sell to them starting from your thumbnail. Okay, this is what we decide. If I'm looking to get a podcast right now, what I'll be looking at is these thumbnails. Before even clicking to see what they have to offer, what I'll be looking at are their thumbnails first, right? So you want to make sure you get a very clean thumbnail. This is an example. Bold writing, right? Bold writing, and then a picture. And you see what I have here is bold writing, then a picture as well. Okay, so your gig image should be very catchy, right? And then use a video. If you're a new seller, top rated sellers use videos. You are a new seller, you don't want to use videos, right? Make sure you use videos in your gigs, right? Just sit down, take a carry your phone, shoot a video. This is what I can do. This is why you should choose me, and send me a message now. Very simple, right? Use a video in your gig creative. Use an image design, use a video, and then use your picture, right? So take advantage of that creative section, and use doing a video actually create proof, right? And it shows you can be trusted. If you're not ashamed to show your face, people can actually trust you faster. Okay, so that is that about setting up your gig in a way that will bring you buyers fast, right? And then the final point that I want to share with you right in this video is your attitude as a seller, right? And one of the points you might want to miss is that this account was created in November, although I was not actually online, right? So, and you know, if you're not online, it brings down your impression rate, right? So this account was created in November. That's about 2 months ago. And that show you that sometimes it might not happen as fast as you want, right? I know if I had used all 7 gigs, I would have gotten order faster. But sometimes it might take time, it might take a month, it might take 2 months, but still keep showing up, keep logging into your Fiverr account, keep being online, right? So that's very important. Don't be in a hurry, right? Your order will come, but sometimes it might not come as fast as you expect. So don't be in a hurry, don't rush it, take your time, right? So then also on attitude, the next thing you want to look at is my average response time. I respond to messages very, very fast, right? And most times when buyers come on Fiverr and they are looking for a particular service category, what they do is that they send messages to several sellers, right? And most time the seller that responds first will get the job, right? The seller that responds first will get the contract. So you want to ensure that your response time is at least 1 hour as a new seller, right? You should mean business. You should be serious about your business. This is something that can make you thousands in dollars. So respond very fast, respond politely, respond to them responsibly, right? So the that's one thing about your attitude. The way you respond to them matters. Your communication matters as well, right? So to be able to keep up with this kind of good response time, I recommend you get the Fiverr app. There is an Android version, there's an iOS version. Log into your Fiverr account on your app, right, on the mobile app, so that you can get notifications when you get a message. Fiverr also sends you an email notification. So if you're online, you can always respond to them very, very fast. Okay. And um you just have to respond to the first message from a buyer. That's what Fiverr considers, right? So you can respond to the first message immediately. Then if you are busy, the subsequent messages you can respond to them later. And also the Fiverr app helps you stay online, because if buyers come here, they might decide to turn on this function to get only suggestions of sellers that are online. And you can see right now, only 16 sellers are available for podcast writing right now. Out of the thousands of services we saw earlier, only 16 available right now. So if you are always online, your chances of getting messages, getting clicks, getting sales, getting impressions are always higher. Okay, so just get the Fiverr app so that you can always stay online, right? So these are tips that will help you get your Fiverr order very, very fast. Okay, so I hope you implement and I hope you make this money, and I'll see you in the next video. And by the way, don't forget to like this video before you go. If you got value from this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you're here to subscribe, make sure you subscribe before you go so that I'll see you in the next money making video. Peace out.